To the Highlander Activity Center. Doubleheader basketball coming your way tonight here on the Highlander Activity Network. Valley City getting ready to take on the Devils Lake Firebirds as we start the second half of the EDC season. And a pleasant good evening to you, everybody. Welcome. Paul McDonald with you, along with cameraman, technical director tonight, Miles Taylor, for our junior varsity matchup here between these two teams. 62-59 in the junior varsity game when these two teams met up in Devils Lake. Won by Devils Lake in double overtime. A banked-in three-pointer was the game-winning points for the Firebirds, when these two teams met earlier this year. And again, that was the first game of the season. Way back on the 6th of December is when these two teams played the first game of the year. And again, it was a 62-59 win for Devils Lake in double overtime. We'll talk more about the varsity game when we get that rolling here. But we are getting into the second half of the conference season. And so they're going to start seeing teams, those teams that they played twice, they're going to start seeing teams twice. Now, again, last night's game against Fargo Davies was postponed. They are looking at possibly rescheduling. But, of course, now you're getting to a point where you're only got 3 weeks left in the regular season, and the open dates are few and far between. And so the possibility is that if they cannot get that game rescheduled when these two teams play, when Fargo Davies and Valley City play in Fargo on the 7th of February, that game will be worth 2 points in the EDC standings. There's the tip, and we are underway. Junior Varsity Hoops here from the Hack, Valley City, and the Devils Lake Storm. And we've got a turnover right off the get-go here by the Storm after they got the opening tip. And the turnover gives the ball over to Valley City. Highlanders coming off a win against Fargo North, their last time out in for the C squad, and also a big win here a couple of weeks ago. There's the dribble drive. Nielsen quickly down floor for Valley City. Can't get it to fall. Rebound taken down by Jolie Martinson. And here come the Firebirds back into the, I want to call Firestorm. That's another team I know. There's a turnaround shot up off the glass in two. Presley Brown inside for 2 points there for Devils Lake. Quickly down court, breaking the press. Highlanders onto the wing. Govan gets it up top of the key to Potrats. Inside, Thorson. Hadley left of the lane. Now gives it off to Potrats. Dakota across the lane. Try to get to Suffolk. Misfires and out of bounds. The Highlanders going with more of a junior varsity lineup here in this one tonight, as they've got a couple of players that play some varsity time, and Hadley, Thorson, and Greta Govan, a sophomore and a junior, in the starting lineup tonight, along with Kinley Suffolk for Valley City and Dakota Potrat. Three-pointer top of the key. Martinson, that doesn't go. And the rebound taken down by Valley City. And Kylie Nielsen gets the outlet to Suffolk into the front court. Here come the Highlanders. And then Suffolk's pass was intended for Thorson. Misfires, goes out of bounds, and the turnover will give the ball back over to Devils Lake. So Potrats and Suffolk working the backcourt. Nielsen along with Govan and Thorson, the front court for Valley City. Devils Lake with the basketball here on the near wing. They're up top of the key, Martinson. Jolie goes back far wing. Ava Beck. Back up Martinson here to the near side. Through a pass. Shot taken, far side off the rim. High rebound, rattles around, and Suffolk controls for Valley City. Long down court pass for Nielsen, a little too far for her and out of bounds. Tried to save it, but saved it out of bounds. So the ball will go back over to Devils Lake. 14-15 here in the first half. Still looking for our first points. The Highlanders and the Firebirds. Back into the front court. Pass here on the near side. We got to double check somebody that wasn't in my scorebook. Oh, there we go. It's Brodina. That was I forgot to write her down. She's in the book. And there's a three-pointer and a knock-in down. So the Firebirds finally get on the scoreboard. 13:52 here in the first half, leading at 3-0. Press broken. Govan, far side, cross the lane pass. Thorson stops at the defense, goes by her, and gets the bucket and a foul. Well, first a nice pass by Govan. And then Hadley Thorson gets the bucket inside for Valley City. And now she has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. And try to 5-2 your score, 13:42 to go in the half. Thorson. Free throw, it's on its way, and no, off the mark. Rebound controlled by Presley Brown for the Firebirds, and they come back the other way with Beck. Beck passing to the front court, 5-2 Devils Lake. Brown dribble drive baseline, blocked from behind, but they call Thorson on the foul, and they'll pick up her first, and that is team foul number 1 on Valley City. They say a shooting foul, so Brown will be at the free throw line. First one's up, and good. Presley's got 3. Another free throw coming. Right-hander bends and sends. Rattles around, can't get it to fall. Rebound tipped into the far corner, out of bounds, and it will go over to Valley City. That went last one off of Brodina. That is Tylee Brodina. And the Highlanders trailing by 4, 6-2 in the backcourt. Pass up ahead. Grabbed there by Coca. Cross the lane, Nelson. Well, Nielsen gets it back here to Thorson. She'll take the 18-foot jumper. Good. Adley Thorson with the mid-range jumper, 6-4. Devils Lake by 2. Thorson with all 4 points for Valley City. Here's Beck. Pass here onto the near side. Gets it to Schock. Back up top of the key. Martinson. Down low. That is a turnaround shot taken there by Schock. Rebound and comes up top to Mortensen after deflecting off several sets of hands. Near side, Brown. Brown, cross-court pass. Beck on that left wing past the arc. Takes one dribble. Gives it back. Inside pass. Schock down low by Brown doesn't go. And Thorson clears off the rebound for Valley City. She's double-teamed. Gets it off to Suffolcool. She tried to pass it up ahead and kind of fanned on the pass. But I think they're going to say it was tipped by the Firebirds. It was. It's out of bounds. And it will stay with Valley City. Maddie Anderson checks in for Valley City. Anderson joins Thorson, Potratz, Govan, and Coca on the floor. Inbounds comes Anderson in the backcourt. Try to get it back to Govan. Ball knocked away, stolen by Schock. Over to Beck here near side. She goes back out onto the wing. Three-pointer taken by Brodino. And Tylee Brodino with the 3. It's 9-4, advantage here to Devils Lake. There's a steal by Beck into the near corner. Potratz gets it back, gets it off to Anderson. Anderson was going to pass it and then carry the dribble, but a whistle. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Highlanders. It is a 30-second timeout with 12:15 left to go here in the first half. Valley City is trailing 9-4. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. As it come out of the timeout, Valley City will inbound it. Cross-court inbounds to Govan, a little bit too high, but it was tipped away and out of bounds. It will stay with the Highlanders. That pressure here by Devils Lake. No, they say it did not get tipped, and it will stay with Valley City, or go over to Devils Lake. So the Firebirds will inbound it right in front of the Highlander bench. Brought in by Schock to Brown. Brown gets the pick from Martinson, drives all the way through, layup good. Presley Brown now with 5. And it's a 11-4 lead for Devils Lake. Anderson pass stolen by Martinson. And then Martinson's tied up by Potratz, and jump ball arrow is over to Valley City. So Highlander basketball, not before Suffolk will check in for the Highlanders. And Carly Skatsem will check in for Devils Lake. Again, full court press here by the Firebirds. Leading 11-4, 11:50 remaining. Ball tipped, but into the hands of Coca. And she'll bring it up the floor across the timeline. Katie Coca pass a little too high for Thorson, out of bounds. And the turnover will give it right back over to Devils Lake. The Highlanders having issues with that press here by the Firebirds. Inbounds here near side. Beck has it. She'll bring it up the floor. Ava Beck across the timeline. pass off near side, up off the glass, rolling off. Shot doesn't fall for Skatsam. And the rebound for the Highlanders, Suffolk. And she tried to go through a double team. Beck steals it away. Beck for the Devils Lake, goes back in. Left hand off the glass for two. Ava Beck. A long little hook shot there off the glass for two. And it's a 13-4 lead for the Firebirds. 11:20 to go, first half. Suffolk across the timeline. Low pass, but Potratz has it. Potratz starting in left of the lane, splits a double team. Her little scoop shot can't get that to fall. Rebound is taken down, then stolen by Coca. Gets it over to the layup for Potratz for two. Nice job there by Coca. Got the steal and then gets the assist as she dumps it off to Potratz for the easy bucket. There's a near steal by Anderson off her knee and out of bounds. 13-6 advantage to Devils Lake. Kaylee Nielsen comes back in the lineup for the Highlanders. 10:53 to go in his first half. Inbounds, lobbed up top. Three-pointer taken off the front of the rim there. Doesn't get the fall on a three-pointer by Brodina. And then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Devils Lake. It'll be Highlander basketball. Highlanders with their freshmen out there with Suffolk, Potratz, Anderson, and Coca, and Nielsen. So there are five freshmen out there playing against really what looks to be a junior varsity team. There's a dribble drive going in strong, and a block going to be called there on Maddie Anderson. So she'll pick up the block. That'll be her first personal foul. That's team foul number 2 on Valley City. And that will send Tylee Brodina to the free throw line to shoot 2. Good on the first. And that will bring Georgia Zahn back in for Valley City. Second free throw. And Gregory also checking in here for the Firebirds. Second free throw doesn't fall. Rebound Nielsen. Up ahead to Zahn. Zahn back behind Suffolk. Thought about the three. Doesn't shoot. Up top Nielsen. Nielsen dribble drive. Nice pass underneath Anderson. Layup good. 2 points for Anderson. Nice assist there by Kaylee Nielsen. Highlanders back within 6 at 14-8 as we approach the 10-minute mark. Left to go here in the first half. Pass down low. Back here to the near wing. Three-pointer up good by Skatsam. Just a long two. Long two. 16-8 for Devils Lake. Potratz cross-court pass. Here's Anderson. Nielsen across the timeline to Suffolk. Kinley dribble drive. Just off the left elbow to Zahn. Zahn up top. Bounces it off to Nielsen. Nielsen drives through. Nice dump underneath Anderson. Another nice assist by Kaylee Nielsen, and another easy two for Maddie Anderson. 16-10, Valley City down by 6. Pass down court off of Brodina, but she controls on the baseline. Brings it here to the near corner. Pass cutting through Martinson. Layup, good. And Presley Brown, check that. Presley Brown with the layup. She's got 7. 18-10, advantage to Devils Lake. Now into the front court. Potratz tried to pass, and ball was deflected by Beck. Picked up by Martinson. Martinson now into the front court. Pass on the far side. Gregory. Gregory, her shot partially deflected, but the foul going to be called there on Kaylee Nielsen. It'll be her first. Third team foul. And that'll send Brindley Gregory to the free throw line. And she will have 2 shots. Free throw up. Yeah, no. And the next free throw, Gregory. A 5'6" junior, short, rebound. Suffolk grabs it off the front of the rim to Anderson. Gives it back to Suffolk. And that pressure, half-court trap by Devils Lake. Suffolk dribbles out of it, gets it to Potratz, and there is a timeout taken by head coach Tara Glant of Valley City. And I believe this is going to be a full timeout. 8 minutes, 54 seconds left to go here in half number 1. 18-10, advantage to Devils Lake. We're back with more Highlander basketball from the Hack on the Highlander Activity Network. And we come out of the timeout. Valley City breaks the press. Shot there by Thorson. Doesn't go. Comes out of bounds. Gets it off. 3 long, 2 taken by Potretz. Rolls around. Stayed on the rim for a while. And now we're going to get a jump ball and possession arrow over to Devils Lake. So it'll be Devils Lake basketball. They lead 18-10 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we will preview our girls' varsity game tonight. That'll be coming up here at the half. Also, a look at the numbers from our first half of this one. 18-10, Devils Lake with the advantage. Inbounds by Skatsum into that far corner. Gregory. Dribble drive, left side, and right into the hands of Govan. Here's a steal by Greta Govan going all the way down. Then she was stripped and out of bounds as the ball was stripped coming through. I think it was Anna Schock that stripped it and went out of bounds. It'll be Highlander ball. Govan, the sophomore, very good defensively, one of the top defensive players in the EDC. Here's Suffolk in the far wing. Down low, Thorson posting up. Goes up through a double team, foul called. She's going to get 2. So Hadley Thorson will go to the free throw line and get a couple of free throws. Team foul number 2 called against Devils Lake. This one's going to go against Schock, her first. So Thorson at the line. 0 for 1 so far tonight, 4 points. And a right-hander, Benson sends number 1. Yeah, just a little bit short. Beck and Martinson back in for Devils Lake. Beck, a 5'3", 8th grader. Martinson, a forward, sophomore, 5'8". And the free throw here by Thorson. Benson sends, rolls it in. Got it to bounce around, but got it to drop through. 5 points for Thorson. 18-11, Highlanders down by 7. Beck in the front court. The Firebirds, far side, Gregory. Gregory looking for the cutter. Not there. Hounded there by Potretz. Gets it back to Martinson. Near side, Beck. Oh, and Beck passed it. Trying to get to Martinson. Martinson was cutting to the basket, but saving it on the far side. Schock back to Beck. Then she lost the handle into the hands of Nielsen. Here come the Highlanders with Suffolk. Well, it doesn't take Devils Lake to get right into that half-court trap, even after a turnover. Govan, it's a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but they will slow things down, get into a half-court. Suffolk, far side to Potretz. Back up top, Govan, driving through. Greta tried to pass it to Thorson. Ball was tipped, stolen by Martinson. Here comes Devils Lake back into the front court. Schock stolen there by Potretz. Dakota with the steal. Potretz with Martinson on her hip. Stops, loses the dribble, picked up by Schock. Schock back the other way for Devils Lake. She's got Potretz chasing her layup too hard. Rebound back up. That rolls off, no. And underneath, another opportunity up, no. And battling there was Kendra Eckes. And now on the floor, we're going to get a tie-up. And a possession arrow will go back over to Valley City. So it'll be Highlander basketball on the tie-up. 7:15 to go in the first half. It's Devils Lake leading at 18-11. Georgia's on in for Valley City. Presley Brown checking back in for Devils Lake. It's Highlander ball. Yeah, they got the right team inbounding it. And it'll be Thorson, will bring it in. Grabbed by Potretz, starts up the floor. Jump pass up ahead, Nielsen. And then she is quickly fouled there by Beck. Ava Beck will pick up her first, 3rd team foul. Inbounds on the baseline. Govan will bring it in for Valley City. Got it, the 5'11 sophomore brings it into Zahn near corner. Back to Govan, picks up the dribble early. Tried to go inside out to Thorson. Ball was tipped by Schock and picked up in the by Martinson. Pass a little bit behind Beck. That goes out of play and a turnover. So it comes back over to Valley City. I'm going to say it was tipped. The trail official said Valley City, but the lead official says it was tipped. No, they're saying it is Valley City ball. Devils Lake says it was tipped, but there's no argument from Justin Undum, the assistant coach for the Firebirds. And so they will go, or Tyler Marquardt, pardon me. Into the front court. Thorson, near side, Govan. Back to Nielsen. Try to go through a double team, kicks it back to Potretz. She'll get over to Nielsen. Back up top, Govan, as they work it around here on the perimeter. Potratz right on the arc, now off the elbow, now spins, try to go inside, did. Thorson, layup, good. Adley Thorson now with 7 off the Potratz assist, and the Highlanders got it down to 5, 18-13. Here's a turnaround shot rolling off there by Eckes, and then it's on with the rebound. Back the other way come the Highlanders. Nielsen into the front court. Nielsen gets it off to Zahn. Zahn left of the lane, back here near side, right in the hands of Beck with the steal. Now Beck will start at the floor for Devils Lake. Pass along the far side. Martinson onto the baseline. Brown, baseline mid-range jumper, hits the front of the rim or side of the rim, and Thorson gets the rebound for Valley City. Gets it out to Potratz. Dakota tried to dribble through a double team, lost it. Ball on the floor. We're going to get a tie. Ooh, there was a quick whistle as the ball came free, but a quick tie up, and it will be Devils Lake ball off the alternate possession. Back in for Devils Lake will be Tylee Brodina. And she will trigger the inbounds. Brodina brings it near side. Brown inside. Martinson. She's got 3 Highlanders around her. And Thorson got her from behind. That's his number 2 on Hadley. 4th team foul. And 5:49 to go here in the first half. Devils Lake with the lead in the basketball. Far side, Brodina for 3 and knocks it down. That's her 3rd. She's got 10 of her team's 21 points. 21-13, Devils Lake. Nielsen up ahead to Potratz. Potratz over to Thorson. Takes one step, layup, no. Ball tipped out into the hands of Govan. Greta goes back up top of the key. Nielsen, left-hand dribble, gives it to Zahn. Zahn here in the wing, now back up top, Nielsen. Looks one way, now looks to the right, gives it off to Govan. Govan starts in, back off to Potratz, to the free throw line, spin in the lane, lost the dribble. Picked up by Schock, up ahead Martinson. Martinson going in against Nielsen, layup off the glass for 2 by Presley Brown, check that. And she now has 9, that's team high. Actually, that was Martinson. That was Martinson getting her first points. Here in the backcourt, Potratz brings it across for Valley City. Now to Nielsen. 4:49 remaining in the half. Nielsen dumps underneath. Thorson gets a shot off, but after the whistle. And it's before the shot. So foul going to be called on Ava Beck. That'll be her 2nd. Team foul number 4 on Devils Lake. Anderson and Riley Johnson checking the lineup here for Valley City. Govan with the inbounds, baseline. Brings it in, intended for Johnson, ball knocked away. Anderson briefly had it. It rolls out of bounds, and it says it was off Valley City. So the ball will go over to Devils Lake with 4:41 remaining here in the first half. 23-13, advantage to the Firebirds. In the front court, Beck, ball tipped. Govan with another steal. Up ahead, here comes Zahn. George is on layup, 2 and off the glass. Right there, Anderson up and went the wrong direction, went under the basket instead of over the hoop, went up from beneath. So she will get a couple of free throws. And the foul called on Brodina, her first, 15 foul. Madison Anderson at the line, shooting 2. First one, good. 5 points for Anderson. 23-14, Devils Lake leading by 9. And back into the lineup is Skadsom for Devils Lake. And the right-hander's second free throw, nothing but net. Swish. 6 points for Anderson. 23-15, Valley City trailing by 8. Skadsom here on the near side and right through the hands of Brodina, off her shoulder and out of bounds. So it goes back over to Valley City. Highlanders trailing by 8. And then Johnson brings it in. Govan off her hands as she's hounded. Now back to Ryland here in the backcourt. Up ahead, Anderson. Madison comes across the timeline. Pass far side, Zahn. Zahn in that right corner gives it back. Johnson cutting inside, and a foul called on Devils Lake. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Firebirds. This one will go against Skadsom. That'll be her first. Govan brings it in. Anderson, blocked, foul called. That's Jolie Martinson will pick up the personal foul, her first, 7th team foul. So Madison Anderson back to the free throw line, shooting 2. 4:07 remaining here in the first half. Devils Lake leading 23-15. They've led throughout. Free throw, too high. Another one here for Madison. Second free throw by the right-handers on the way. And no, off the mark. Rebound grab by Brown. Now up ahead into the front court, Brodina for Devils Lake. Leading by 8, near side Beck. Up top, Brodina. Onto the wing, Brown. Pass in the lane, tip, but right back to Brodina. Gives it off to Beck. Beck pass a little too high, and nice save, but into the hands of Zahn. Georgia Zahn coming in for the Highlanders. Layup off the glass, too high. And then we're going to get a jump ball. Possession over to Valley City. So the Highlanders will get the ball back here on the alternate possessions. Kinley Suffolk checks back in the lineup. And Georgia Zahn will come out. Inbounds on the baseline. Suffolk up top. Govan, three-pointer from there. Off the glass too hard. A rebound tipping around, and finally Martinson controls, and she is fouled, not tied up by Anderson. They're going to call a foul on Maddie. So that'll be her second. Team foul number 5 on Valley City. And with 3:37 left to go here in the first half, we have a whistle. Oh. The official didn't go to the scorer's table to see who the foul was on. And now he says 22. So that was on Suffolk. Boy, it looked like Anderson was there, but Suffolk is going to get called for the foul. Here along the near side. Beck to Brown. In that far corner. Brodina to Beck. Inside the arc, back to Brodina. There's a shot blocked by Anderson. And then she gets it and gives it out to Nielsen. Nielsen in the backcourt, back far side, Suffolk. Suffolk across the timeline, pass right to the hands of Govan and out of bounds. So right back to Devils Lake we go. They lead by 8 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in this first half. Back into the front court. On the far wing, Brown skip pass here up top. Runner by Skadsum off the glass for 2. Carly Skadsum's got 4. 25-15. Govan quickly in the front court for Valley City. Picks up the dribble, goes up top, Suffolk. Out to Nielsen. Back up top, Govan. Near side, Suffolk. Gives it inside. That was intended for Anderson, knocked away. And a near steal back by Govan. Out of bounds, it will stay with Devils Lake. Hadley Thorson back in. Katie Koka back in for Valley City. And Anderson will sit down as Nielsen will sit down. Devils Lake ball. 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in this opening half. 25-15. 10-point lead for the Firebirds. That's their biggest lead. Here's Beck directing traffic. Trying to get someone open. Far side, Martinson in the corner. And Martinson dribbling off baseline. Shot up over Suffolk. Rattles around and no. Johnson grabs a rebound to Suffolk. Down court pass. Nice catch by Koka. Then she'll try to get off to Govan. Beck right there and gets the interception. Beck down court pass into the hands of Rodina. And she is stripped from behind, but a foul called on Johnson. So Ryland Johnson's going to pick up the personal foul. That'll be her first. And the 6th team foul. Calling it a shooting violation. So Tylee Brodina will go to the line and shoot 2. She's 1 of 2 from the line, 10 points. Misfires on the first one. Another free throw here by the righty. Bends and sends, good. Brodina gets 1 out of 2. She's got 11. 26-15, biggest lead here in the first half at 11. Here's Thorson in the backcourt for Valley City. Now starts to dribble near side. Comes across the timeline, tried to jump pass. Ball knocked away by Beck into the hands of Brown. Tried to get up ahead of Brodina, and then Johnson hustling back, knocked it away and out of bounds. It will stay with Devils Lake. Well, the inbounds on the baseline for the Firebirds. Brodina will trigger it in. Still looking, still holding. Far corner Beck. Skip pass, tipped, and another steal by Govan. That's her 3rd in the front court to Suffolk. Suffolk driving through, goes up, shot, and rolls off. Backside rebound, Brodina has it for Devils Lake. Back into the front court. Brodina all the way down, kicks it off. Shot, near side, Martinson for three. That's off the mark. Rebound was tipped out of bounds, and they say last touched by Govan. So we'll stay with the Firebirds. Brodina will trigger the inbounds on the baseline. And Brodina will bring it up. Ball tipped by Govan and out of bounds. It will stay. Now they'll inbound it on the sideline, far side. Brodina again will trigger the inbounds. And then knocked away by Suffolk. Now they'll go a little bit further down the sideline and inbound it. Each time a second tips off the clock. Now they got the inbounds in this time. On the far wing, Beck. Circles back around, pass into the corner. Left alone, Brodina for three, air balls, and then that went off the foot and rolls out of bounds off of a shock. And that will give it to Devils Lake, or to Valley City with 1:16 to go. We're in half number one, 26-15. Highlanders trailing by 11. Pass Govan. Up ahead, Thorson. Nice bounce pass, Coca. Off the glass for two. Nice job breaking the press there by the Highlanders. Started by Govan with the pass. Thorson with the nice bounce pass to Coca for the easy bucket. 26-17. There's another steal. Loose ball picked up by Johnson and gives it off to Suffolk. Down court pass, a little too tall for Govan and out of bounds. And with 52.2 seconds to go, Devils Lake will bring the ball back up, leading by 9. 26-17, and they've led throughout here. And Beck will bring it across the logo. Here along near side. Shock. Martinson. Runner by Brodina off the glass for two. Tylee Brodina, that's her first 2-point point. She's got 13. She does have 3 3-pointers here in the first half. There's a steal by Beck in the lane. Kicks it near corner. Lining up three-pointer on cue. Brodina knocks it down. 4 3-pointers here in the first half by Tylee Brodina. 31-17, biggest lead of the game here for Devils Lake. And there's a foul in the backcourt. That's going to go against Presley Brown, her first. 8th team foul. So Katie Coco will go to the free throw line and shoot the 1-and-1. Ryan enters first free throw, short. Rebound, nice hustle there, Johnson. Gets it out to Suffolk. Over to Thorson, mid-range jumper. I think that was partially blocked by Martinson. Here comes Brown, up ahead for Brodina. Dribbles it off her leg. Loose ball picked up by Govan. Going back, Greta Govan coming down against Beck. No, foul called, and that's number 3 on Ava Beck. 9th team foul, and that will send Greta Govan to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Valley City. With 7.1 seconds to go here in the first half. Free throw, too hot. 13-4 run right now for Devils Lake. Started the game on a 13-4 run. And they've got one going right here after Valley City got it to within 5 at 18-13. Free throws up by Govan. Good. She gets 1 out of 2. 1 point for Govan, 31-18. 5 seconds to go in the half. Brodina up top. Brown, far side. Gregory for 3. No. And that will do it for the first half. So your score at halftime, it is Devils Lake 31 and Valley City 18. We'll step aside. We'll be back with our halftime here from the HAC, the Highlander Activity Center. It's Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Bob Donald back with you here at the Hack. Valley City, they are trailing the Devils Lake Firebirds here at the half by a score of 31-18. Advantage to Devils Lake. Well, again, this is the first of our doubleheader here on the Highland Activity Network tonight. And again, every game from here on out, if you're a Valley City fan, is going to be crucial and important because the Highlanders are moving up in the standings at least. They picked up that big 2-point win against Fargo North here the other night. And by virtue of that, found themselves up into the number 10 spot in the EDC standings, getting that 2-point win. And you look at what they have to do, kind of did some math today. It hurt my head, but I did a little math today. And it looks like the Highlanders, from here on out, need to win 5 of their remaining 8 games. Now it'd be 7 if they don't get to make up that Devils Lake or Fargo Davies game. If they don't make that up, that'll be a 2-point game against Davies if they do not make it up, because the two teams do play in Fargo on the 7th of February. And if they don't find a makeup date, then they will play that game on the 7th and make that a 2-point game. So right now, Valley City finds themselves in 10th place with that 3-10 EDC record. They trail Devils Lake by 1 point. That's what makes tonight's game very important. Again, the two teams played the first game of the year, won by Devils Lake by 20. But Valley City that night, first game of the year, had a couple of players that weren't 100% due to illness. Not making any excuses, as Coach Jimmy Howard told me, but it was not a 100% team. And so they hope that that will change their fortunes tonight. Because coming into play tonight, Valley City 1 point out of that number 9 spot and only 2 points behind West Fargo Horace and Fargo North in that 7 and 8 spot. So Valley City, if they could get into that number 8 spot, of course, that's where you would host a play-in game if you are not in the top 4. Top 4 teams get a bye, then 5 through 12 do the play-in. And so Valley City could sneak out a couple of wins. And you look at games they've got coming up. Devils Lake, the game tonight, a team that, yes, beat them by 20, but first game of the year, and they have definitely improved since. Valley City's definitely improved since that first game of the year. Then they have a game against Fargo South, a team they've already beaten once. And then they have a third game that is a winnable game, if you will. They also got Wahpeton coming up, a team they lost to by 8 here at home. Fargo Shanley, they lost to them by 6 here at home. So there's 2 games that they could pick up a W if they can get to that point. So Valley City, really, you look at it as far as the standings are concerned, and they have their fate in their own hands. They got West Fargo Horace, Devils Lake, and South. 3 games that, if they play the way they played against Fargo North the other night, definitely winnable games, as are all games. Really, every game's a winnable game if you just play the right way and play a solid game. So a big one tonight for the varsity, as they will be taking on a team that they trail by 1 point in the standings. And that'll be, again, scheduled for about a 7:15 start time, so just about an hour away from the tip-off of that. And as usual, if you are watching us here tonight on the Highland Activity Network live on YouTube, and tell all your friends how to find us. Just go to YouTube and search Valley City Highlander Activities or Highlander Activity Network, and that will bring you to our channels, and you can go ahead and find your games you maybe want to watch, games from the past, or, again, games that are live. And so that is what's going on. And tonight, again, that doubleheader. And usually what we do, of course, after this C-Squad game, we'll be shutting things down. And then we have a link already on YouTube where you can find the varsity game, and we'll start that up. Usually it's about 10 minutes before tip-off that we will have that for you here. Well, let's take a look at the scoring in the first half here. We're just getting ready for the start of the second half. For Valley City, Hadley Thorson leads the way with 7 points. Madison Anderson has 6. Dakota Pontratz 2. Katie Koka with 2. And Greta Govan with 1. And for Devils Lake, Presley Brown with 4. But Tyler Brodina, she's got 16 in that first half. 4 points from Carly Skatsam, 2 points from Jolie Martinson, and 2 points from Ava Beck for their first half total. Coming out, Beck will be out there to start things along with Skatsam. And also Brindley Gregory will start the second half. Jolie Martinson will start the second half for Valley City, or for Devils Lake. And Kendra Eckes, that is the starting 5 for the Firebirds. Valley City, they will have Kaylees Kaylee Nielsen, Kinley Suffolk, Madison Anderson, Georgia Zahn, and Dakota Potratz. There are 5 freshmen out there to start things here in the second half. Top of the key, Beck has it here for Devils Lake. Gregory, dribble drive, runs into Anderson. Couldn't get a real shot off, went out of bounds, and went off her. It'll be Valley City ball. Nice job there by Madison Anderson. She cut off that baseline, and Brinley Gregory tried to go around her, lost the handle. Full court press here by Devils Lake as they did throughout the first half. Just that pressure in the backcourt, one-on-one, man-to-man as Potratz comes across the timeline. To the far side, Zahn. Zahn on that far wing, gets it off to Suffolk, left of the lane, driving in, layup, good, foul, count it, she'll go to the line. Kinley Suffolk, the good way starting the second half. And gets the layup. Foul going to be called there on Kendra Eckes. That'll be her first team foul. So Suffolk, 3-point play opportunity, comes up a little bit short as she misses the free throw, but loose ball picked up by Anderson. Over to Potratz. Potratz top of the key to Zahn. Zahn here near side. Nielsen for the Highlanders to Suffolk. Suffolk gives it back to Potratz. Ball tipped, and then nice steal. Potratz steals it back. Left-hand layup, good. Dakota Potratz with 4. And the Highlanders with a quick 4-point start here in the second half. Cut the lead down to 9, 31-22. Here along the near side, onto the wing, Beck. The 8th grader, top of the key, right-hand hip-on dribble. She'll swing it far side. Martinson three-pointer right in front of her own bench. Can't get it to fall. Rebound in the near corner. Loose ball picked up by Suffolk. Outlets it to Anderson. Anderson will bring it down for Valley City. Pass underneath off Zahn's shoulder, but she picks it up, gets it off to Anderson. Anderson actually picked it up. And then Beck comes up with the steal. Now back down court pass for Gregory. Gregory tried to do a Euro step through a double team, and they're going to call a foul, not a travel. They're going to call foul here on Valley City. That'll be on Dakota Potratz. That'll be her first. And the first team foul here in the second half. So Brinley Gregory will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. She was 0 for 2 at the line in the first half. And the right-hander's free throw's on the way. Good. Her first points, 32-22. Back to a 10-point lead here for Devils Lake. Second free throw up, and no. Off the mark. Rebound on the floor, controlled by Anderson. Through a double team, got it off to Nielsen, and Nielsen tried to outlet it. Ball was tipped. That goes off the hands of Atkinson out of bounds. It'll stay with Valley City. Looking to inbound it. Nielsen brings it into Suffolk. Suffolk up the floor to Potratz. Near travel. Potratz grabs the loose ball. Over to Zahn. 18-footer. Off the rim, then off the backboard. And the ball is loose. Picked up by Zahn. Tron tried to get it back to Potratz. Picked up by Beck. Up ahead to Gregory. Gregory crossed the lane. Gets it over to Eckes. And then her shot is partially blocked. But they're going to call a foul here on Nielsen. So Kaylee will pick up her second team foul. So to the free throw line, Kendra Eckes will shoot 2. 6-foot sophomore, free throw, too hard, another one to go. Second free throw here by Eckes. Bends and sends, and no. Anderson with the rebound for Valley City. Out to Nielsen. Nielsen gets it ahead. Potratz comes across. Jump pass, a little too high for Anderson, out of bounds. Anderson had a little bit of a step ahead of the defense, but the pass a little bit too high for her. So it goes back over to Devils Lake. 4-1 so far, Highlanders here in the second half. Played just about 2 minutes. Martinson for 3, off the mark. Rebound Gregory, hits the bottom of the backboard, and then we're going to get a foul in the scrum underneath. Nielsen and Anderson both there. Madison Anderson's going to pick up her 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 3 on Valley City. Second personal, I'm sorry. I think I marked one and forgot to erase it in my first half book. Free throw is good by Scansum. She's got 5 points. Right-hander's second free throw is up and off the mark. Another rebound, Anderson. Well, there's quickly 2 Devils Lake players around the ball on every rebound. And here's a 3-pointer by Potratz. That's an air ball, didn't touch rim. A rebound underneath Gregory. Gregory starts up the floor. Here to the near side, Beck. back up top of the key. Here to the near side, Gregory. Pass inside, ball tipped. Loose ball picked up by Zahn. Zahn, again, hounded by two Firebirds. We're going to have a jump ball. And possession arrow will give it over to Valley City. Well, Valley City will have it with 13:31 remaining here in the second half. Trailing 33-22. Potretz, pass, Anderson. Pass over to Zahn. Shot up and no. But rebound Anderson. Her shot high off the glass. Can't get it to go. And in the far corner, Martinson controls for Devils Lake. Martinson will bring it back across the logo for the Firebirds. They lead by 11. Here on the near side, Gregory. To Beck. Up top, Gregory. Near wing, Beck. Back to the far side. There's Martinson. Mid-range 18-foot jumper. Good. Jolie Martinson now with 4. 35-22, 13-point lead. Into the front court, Potretz all the way down. Little scoop shot, hit the back of the rim. She has the rebound, and we're going to be a foul called here on Devils Lake. That's going to go against Eckes. That'll be her second team foul. Ryland Johnson, Katie Koka in for Valley City. And checking in for Devils Lake, Maya Ellsberger. Here's a quick pass. Johnson off the inbounds, bounces off, no. And then rebound Gregory, and Koka got a little too close going after the loose ball. And Katie will pick up her first personal, 4th team foul. So the ball back to Devils Lake with 12:45 to go here in the second half. 35-22, Firebirds by Baker's dozen. Near steal by Suffolk, but can't control it. It goes out of bounds. Inbounds here in the near sideline. Brinley Gregory will trigger it in for Devils Lake. And now we've got a whistle. Foul away from the ball called against Devils Lake. So a foul away from the ball called on Ellsberger. That'll be her first, 3rd team foul. And so the ball to the Highlanders, Potretz. Potretz will come up the floor across the timeline, past far side, Koka. Koka down low, left hand middle baby hook there. Doesn't go for Johnson, and a foul underneath on the loose ball. And that's going to go against Dakota Potretz, I think it is. That's number 2 on Potretz, 5th team foul. That'll bring Janae Martinson into the lineup for Devils Lake. Here's the Gregory into the front court to Martinson near side. Try to get back to Gregory. Back was turned. Koka gets it to Suffolk. Suffolk up the floor for Valley City. Shot blocked, foul called. She hits the deck, but she will get 2 free throws. Foul going to be called on the Firebirds, Carly Skadsum. That'll be her second, 4th team foul. So Kinley Suffolk will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Free throw, rattles in and out. Kinley 0 for 2 at the line, 2 points. Right-hander second free throw, good. 3 points for Suffolk. 35-23, Valley City down by 12. 12:15 to go, second half. Pass all alone, Martinson, layup good. Gregory found her all alone, and Jolie Martinson gets the easy 2. She's got 6. Here's a pass down court, Koka. Try to bounce pass through over to Potretz, layup no. And then the rebound bounces into the hands of the Firebirds. Skadsum into the front court. Pass a little too high for Gregory. Koka grabs it. Try to go up ahead to Potretz. Off her hands, off her ankles, out of bounds. And it goes back over to Devils Lake. A lot of activity, but nothing happening. Now that brings Anderson back in the lineup for Valley City. And Devils Lake will bring the ball back up the floor. Brinley Gregory, 5'6" junior, across the timeline. Near side, Martinson blocked there by Potretz. Saving it is Anderson, but right in the hands of Martinson. Martinson here in the near wing. Back up top, Gregory. Now Janae Martinson inside, got the pass down low to Ellsberger, and then the shot was off the hands of one of the Firebirds and out of bounds. And they're going to say no, and off of one of the Highlanders. So on the baseline official did not see the tip. And so it stays with Devils Lake. Inbounds, grabbed here, Gregory. Quick pass, Martinson. Down low, Ellsberger. Little baby hook, no, and it does go out of bounds. So it will go to Valley City. Georgia Zahn checks back into the lineup here for the Highlanders. And coming back in for Devils Lake, Ava Beck. Highlanders trailing by 14. Here's Zahn in the backcourt. Out of Suffolk, she'll come across. Behind the back dribble, she comes across the timeline. Back here to the right hand. Then Suffolk will try to pass. Ball knocked away. She got it back. Pass up top. Coca lines up to three. It's a long two. Doesn't go. Long rebound. Grabbed by Zahn for Valley City. Back to Coca. Now over to Suffolk. Suffolk, down low pass. Johnson back to Suffolk. Thought about the three. Doesn't shoot. Dribble drive. Baseline goes up and comes up a little bit short. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Valley City. Well, Highlanders are getting looks, but just can't get the ball to drop through. Back in the lineup now for Devils Lake, Kendra Eckes. Inbound, Suffolk, baseline for the Valley City. Bounce pass into Anderson. Over to Zahn. Back up top to Coca. Getting it to Johnson. Back to Coca. Near side Anderson. Dribble drive baseline. Pass over to Johnson. Layup no. Foul call. Ryland Johnson now will get a couple of free throws. And that foul called on Ava Beck. That is her fourth. So Johnson's free throw up. Good. Barely moved the net. Ryland's first points of the game. Another free throw by the lefty. Benson sends. Rattles out. Rebound. Anderson. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow to Devils Lake. That'll be Firebird basketball. They lead 37-24 with 10:41 remaining here in the second half. Gregory across the timeline for the Firebirds near side Martinson. Skip pass. Side to Ellsberger. Down low. Martinson back to Ellsberger. From the right elbow. Good. Maya Ellsberger with her first field goal. First points. 39-24. Suffolk across the timeline. Pass up ahead. Zahn. Zahn tried to go down low, cutting in front of there and stealing it. That was Ellsberger with the steal for Devils Lake. Now she has it on the far wing. Pass inside. Eckes knocked away by Zahn. Into the hands of Anderson, now to Suffolk. Down court passes on, off the glass, too hard. She was ahead on the break after knocking the ball away. Quickly got going on the transition. And now jump ball, possession out of Valley City. And that will bring Kaylee Nielsen in for Valley City. 9:57 to go. We're in half number two. 39-24. Devils Lake has led throughout. Inbounds near corner. Dribble drive in the paint. Nielsen swatted from behind. Foul called. That is going to be the sixth team foul here on Devils Lake. Brinley Gregory will pick up her first. Inbounds, Zahn. Brings it in, Anderson, quick shot, no. Zahn with the rebound, good. Georgia was right there off the deflection and got the bucket. 39-26. Back to a 13-point game, near side, Martinson in the lane, Eckes. Far side, Ellsberger, long three, no. Off the rim, rebound in the corner, grabbed by Martinson. Janae gives it to Jolie. Jolie goes back up top to Gregory. Back here near side, Janae into the corner, Jolie. Jolie left in the lane, picked up the dribble. Get it back to Janae Martinson, top of the key, Ellsberger. Goes down low, knocked away by Nielsen, into the hands of Anderson on the steal. Nielsen has it, gives it back to Anderson. Madison Anderson in the front court for the Highlanders. Tried to dribble through a double team, dribbled it off, and stolen by Martinson. Martinson back here for Devils Lake. Martinson up top, picks up the dribble. Here to the near side, Gregory. Driving in, bounce pass underneath Eckes, shot short. Rebound, Eckes, back up, no. Rebound grabbed here by Gregory, off to Martinson. Martinson the free throw line, 14-footer, yeah. Bounced up, came down through. 8 for Jolie Martinson, 6 in the half. 41-26. 8:45 remaining here in the second half. Devils Lake with the lead. Highlanders trailing with the basketball. Down low, Johnson, back far side, Nielsen in the lane. Turnaround, shot up by Kaylee, no, off the mark. Rebound in the hands of Ellsberger, gives it back here across the timeline, Martinson for Devils Lake. Top of the key to Gregory. Back here near side. Martinson lost the dribble. It's on the floor. We're going to get a scrum. We're going to get a jump ball. It'll be a Devil's Lake possession arrow. And that'll bring Potrats in, but not before full timeout taken by Valley City. So timeout on the floor with 8 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here in the second half. Valley City trailing 41-26. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Bob McDonald back with you here at the Highlander Activity Center. We have 8 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Second half of this C Squad game. Valley City trailing Devils Lake 41-26. Martinson just off the elbow, gives it back. Eckes dribble drive, ball knocked away. Martinson gets it in the lane, through a double team. Shot no, foul call. And that may be on Ryland Johnson getting the hand up there. No? Yes, it is. So Ryland will pick up her second. Team foul number 6 on Valley City. Jolie Martinson to the line. Will shoot 2. First one, nope. First trip to the line for Martinson. She's got 8 points. Second free throw's on the way. Gets that one to go. 9 points for Martinson. 7 here in the second half. 42-26 Devils Lake as we approach 8 minutes left to go here in the second half of this C Squad game. Here's Potrats into the front court. Cross-court pass, Coca far side. Down low, Johnson, a high dribble. Dribbled it too high, and it was stolen away by Ellsperger. Back the other way. Here comes Devils Lake into the front court. Eckes to Martinson. Martinson in the lane. Back off to Eckes. Here in the near side. On the wing, Gregory. Top of the key, Ellsperger. Jump pass inside, tipped by Johnson, and she gets the steal. Then outlet it. Coco isn't expecting it. Ball loose on the floor. Johnson has it on her knees. Pass a little bit too short for Potrats, but Dakota gets it back. Now to Nielsen. Up ahead to Zahn. Zahn gives it back to Nielsen. Nielsen driving in. Right of the lane. Shot no. And a rebound. Eckes has it, and we come back the other way for Devils Lake. Again, a whole ton of action. Nothing much happening. On the far side, long three taken by Skadsum off the mark. And a rebound, Coca gives it out to Potrats. They got the numbers. Dakota can't get a pass down court, but she'll drive all the way through the lane, left hand, no, and a foul call. That's going to be Maya Ellsberger that's going to pick up her second personal foul. 7th team foul will send Dakota Potrats to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. With 7:07 to go here in the second half. Free throw up. Good. 3 in the half, 5 in the game for Potrats. Johnson will sit down. Anderson back in for Valley City. 42-27. And the free throw, good. And Potrats will sit down. Kinley Suffolk back in for the Highlanders. As we approach 7 minutes left to go here in the second half. 42-28. There's a steal by Suffolk. Stepped right in front of that pass. Goes all the way, layup no, and a foul called on Gregory. Had a 2-on-1 as Coca was chasing from the far side. So Gregory will pick up the personal foul. That'll be number 2 on Brindley. 8th team foul. And so Suffolk at the line shooting 2, air ball in the first. Kinley 1 for 3 at the free throw line. That is their solely, or 1 for 3 at the line, and that's their sole point. And no. Anderson rebound. Outlet, stolen. Now the Firebirds back the other way. Gregory across the timeline. Far side to Ellsberger. Now here the near side, Eckes. Top of the key, Gregory. Over to Skatsum. Down low, tipped there by Anderson, but in the hands of Gregory. Back here near side, Ellsberger. Martinson, little mid-range jumper, rolls off. Nielsen grabs the rebound for Valley City. Jump pass up ahead to Coca. Coca far side, gets it to Zahn. Zahn, nice pass, Suffolk layup too hard. Well, nice pass there by Georgia Zahn. Suffolk going through the lane, but couldn't get it the layup to fall. Up to the free throw line. Here's a three-pointer by Skatsum, doesn't go. Nielsen with another rebound. Here come the Highlanders back the other way. Nielsen into the front court, far sideline. Keeps it on the wing, top of the key to Suffolk. Suffolk right-hand dribble into the corner, Zahn. Inside 6 minutes to go here. Second half, top of the key, long two by Nielsen. Off the mark, long rebound, and picked up by Suffolk on the dribble. Here to the near wing, lobbing it down low, a little bit too, not quite high enough to get over the 6-foot Eckes. She knocked it away and got the steal. Now Gregory bounced past Skatsum far side. Up top, Gregory. Back to Skatsum. Pass stolen by Nielsen. She just reached up and took that one away. Now Suffolk down court. Coca grabs it on the run. Layup good. Suffolk with the assist. Coca now has 4. 42-30 Valley City, trailing by 12. There's a pass, a little wide, and save before it was an over and back. Ball now goes into the backcourt, and nice save by Nielsen over to Coca. Bounce pass Suffolk, layup good. So that time it was Suffolk getting the nice pass from Coca and getting the layup, and we have a subs coming in here. As Johnson, along with Potretz, back in for Valley City. And Martinson and Beck back in for Devils Lake. 5:06 to go here in the second half, 42-32. Highlanders have trimmed that lead down with a 6-0 run, down by 10. Beck near side, Martinson. Pass down, tip by Nielsen, saved by Johnson. No, it didn't save it, went out of bounds. They were trying to go to Eckes on the far side, and now a timeout taken by Devils Lake. It is a full timeout with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in the second half. Devils Lake leading at 42-32. We're back with more Highlander basketball from the Hack on the Highlander Activity Network. Four minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in the second half. Valley City trailing it 42-32 as they got that lead down to 10. Here in this C-Squad game, inbounds right into the hands of Eckes. Quick shot up and good. Well, Kendra Eckes got open easily and got the bucket. Her first two, 44-32. Now Suffolk down the court for Valley City. Double team, up top Nielsen, in the run in the lane, back iron, no, gets her own rebound, back up for two. Kaylee Nielsen's first 2 points for Valley City, 44-34. Here's Beck in the front court, Martinson near side, Beck's got 4 fouls. There's a steal by Potretz, got Coca with her, layup is good, foul called, she'll go to the line. So Dakota Potretz with a chance at the 3-point play. That is the 19th foul on Devils Lake. This one is going to go against on Skatsum. That would be her second. So now Potretz at the line to try to get this lead down to 7, 44-36. She has 6.5, 8 for the game. Free throw, good. She completes that 3-point play. 9 for Dakota Potratz, 44-37. Valley City has got the lead down to 7 with 4:12 remaining in the second half. Here's Gregory. Up top, Beck bounces it off. Scatso on a baseline, cut out there by Nielsen. Back to Beck. Beck along the perimeter. Dribbles it up top. Again, no shot clock. Now here near side, Gregory. Goes back up, Beck, a little wide for Beck. She can't get to it, right at center court. And we're going to get a jump ball, possession of Valley City. So good hustle there by the Highlanders, and they'll get possession. With 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the second half, Highlanders down 7. It is a 3-possession game right now for Valley City. Pass, Potratz in the lane, bounce pass through. Oh, she went through the lane to Johnson. No, ball knocked away. Koka has it. Gets it over to Nielsen. Her jumper bounces around. No, can't get it to fall. And then those long arms by Eckes, the 6-footer, controls it. Here comes Beck into the front court. Martinson, down court, Gregory. One dribble, off-balance shot. No, grab, rebound, Eckes, 2. I think Kendra Eckes at 6 foot with those long arms. Grabs those rebounds and put that one back up for her first 2, or for her second field goal. Here's a jumper taken off the mark by Nielsen. And Beck grabs a rebound. Back to a 9-point game now for Devils Lake. 46-37 as we approach 3 minutes left to go here in the second half. Still a 3-possession game. Ball knocked away there by Koka. And Katie's going to pick up her second personal foul. That is a 7th team foul. So Ava Beck will go to the free throw line, shoot 1-on-1. She has 2 points. This is her first trip to the free throw line. And too hard. Rebound, Nielsen controls for Valley City. Here comes Kaylee Nielsen into the front court. All the way down, jump past Johnson. And Johnson, instead of taking the shot, tried to bounce pass over to Potratz, went off her ankle and out of bounds. Ryland looked like she could have had an open look. Tried to be unselfish and got it over to Potratz, but a little too low on the bounce pass. And it goes out of bounds, so now back over to Devils Lake. Here's Beck, and we have a timeout taken by Devils Lake. It's going to be a 30-second timeout with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to go. We'll keep it here. It is 46-37, Devils Lake up by 9. Again, after the conclusion of this game, we'll have a quick break, total things up, come back, give me a look at the scoring in this one. And then we will wrap up this game, and then we'll shut things down, and we'll be back about 10 minutes before the start of the varsity game. Valley City and Devils Lake scheduled for 7:15, but probably looking at with 2:49 left to go on this one, probably be closer to maybe 7:20. It's going to be not too far off the start time. Again, about 25 minutes between games. Very important game tonight for the Valley City girls. Trailing Devils Lake by 1 point in conference play. Here's the inbounds off the timeout, far corner Martinson. On that right corner, now on the wing to Gregory. Skip pass here near side, Scadson, up top Beck. Back watch by Koka. Gives it off to Gregory. And no shot clock, so they can dribble as much as they want. Valley City yet to foul. They got 2 more before it's a 2-shot foul. And there is a foul by Koka. That'll be her 3rd, 8th team foul. So they can foul once more to gain possession before the 2 shots. And the free throw on the way, good by Beck. Her first free throw tonight. She's 1 for 2 at the line, 3 points. Second one is good. So she gets them both. Back to an 11-point game. Now a 4-possession game, 48-37. Here's Potratz, has the ball stripped by Gregory. And then the ball stripped. She was looking behind her, not paying attention. And Nielsen comes up with the steal. Over to Potratz. On the far wing, skip past Suppicool. Back up top, Nielsen. Nielsen dribble live in the lane. Lost it, hits the deck. Play continues. Picked up there, loose ball. It's on the floor. Nice steal by Potratz. Picked up by Anderson for the Highlanders. Gives it over to Koka. Her 18-footer. Off the rim, off the backboard, off the rim, and off the mark. And then we got a foul underneath as Gregory grabbed the rebound. And I believe Madison, they're going to give number 10. That's going to be on Potratz getting her third personal. 9th team foul. So Brinley Gregory will go to the free throw line. She is 1 for 4 tonight. That's her only point. Right-hander bends and sends. No. Rebound into the hands of Potratz. Here come the Highlanders, down 11. Potratz into the front court. Crossover dribble through a double team. No, lost it out of bounds. Tried to split the double team and then lost the dribble out of bounds. And the ball goes back over to Devils Lake. 1:49 remaining here in the second half. Devils Lake has led from the get-go. Highlanders got within 5 at 18-13. Did have a down by 3 at 5-2. But Devils Lake then went up, led by as much as 8. Highlanders got it down to 5. Now trailing by 11. Foul there on Potratz. That'll be her 4th. And the 10th team foul. So Skatsam at the line, shooting 2. First one is no, off the mark. She's 1 for 3 at the free throw line. She has 5 points tonight. Free throw by the righties on the way. Back iron, too hard. Nielsen clears off the board for Valley City. Nielsen into the front court quickly on the far wing. Nielsen up top of the key to Potratz. Potratz gives it off to Suffolcool. Suffolcool, nice little Euro step in the lane. Off the glass, no. Eckes can't control the rebound, and it will go out of bounds, but they say it was off of a highliner. And we'll go over to Devils Lake. 1:23 remaining here in the second half, 48-37. Devils Lake leading in this C-Squad game. Inbounds all the way up to Heck. Heck, pass into the front court. Martinson and gives it back to Heck, and they're going to take some time off the clock. Gregory by the logo. Ooh, and then we have a collision. If it's Potratz, that's number 5, and it's going to be Nielsen picking up her 3rd. So Kinley's 3rd foul, a 2-shot variety. So Brinley Gregory will go to the free throw line, and she'll have 2. First one's up and good. 2 points for Gregory, both at the line. And the right-hander's second free throw is on the way. No. Rebound Anderson off to Coca. Katie into the front, or Nielsen, pardon me. Nielsen into the front court. Gives it back to Potratz. Long three-pointer from there. Off the back iron. Long rebound in the hands of Nielsen. She'll give it back to Potratz. Top of the key, Suffolcool. Step back, three-pointer for Suffolcool. Off the rim, off the backboard, off the rim. It's down low, and the ball's still loose. Coca has it. Gets it back to Suffolcool. She'll launch another three-pointer. That's off the mark. Rebound Anderson up. That's off the mark. Well, the Highlanders can't buy a basket right now. Now we're going to get a foul called on Valley City on the loose ball. And that'll be on Madison Anderson. That's going to be her 4th. Again, we're already in the double bonus with 43.5 seconds left to go here. 49-37, Devils Lake with the lead. Free throw up and no, off the mark for Heck. Beck. So she's got another free throw forthcoming. She's 2 for 4 at the line this evening, and now 3 for 5 as she hits that one. 50-37, 13-point lead, Devils Lake. 40 seconds to go. Pass inside Anderson, tipped away. It's on the floor. Anderson had it, lost it. She rolled on her back. Skatsam controls the loose ball to Gregory. Gregory is fouled from behind by Kaylee Nielsen. That'll be her 4th personal foul. And so we'll have Brinley Gregory back to the free throw line. There's no Firebird around her on the baseline. All Highlanders are on the free throw lane. Free throw is good. 3 points for Gregory, all 3 at the free throw line. And we got a lane violation called against Devils Lake. And so the ball goes over to Valley City with 30 seconds to go. 51-37, Highlanders trailing. Far side, Nielsen driving through. Runner off the glass too hard. Gets her on rebound. Back up and rolls that one in. 4 points for Nielsen. 51-39, then a foul in the backcourt. That's going to be on Coca. That is number 4 on Katie. So back to the line goes Ava Heck, again shooting 2. And the first one is rattles around and drops through. 4 points for Heck. She's 4 for 6 at the line here in the second half. She's got 6 points for the game. Free throw, good. 53-39. Final 15 seconds. Sufcool in the front court. Top of the key, lost the handle. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Devils Lake. Here comes Gregory. They can dribble it out. Final 5 seconds. Martinson over to Gregory, and that's going to do it. Your final score here in this C Squad game, it is Devils Lake 53 and Valley City 39. We'll take a quick break, total things up. Back with our post game here from the Hack. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. The stats here in this one, Valley City falling by a final of 53-39. Leading the way for the Highlanders, Dakota Potratz finishing with 9 points tonight, 7 in the second half. 7 points from Hadley Thorson, 6 from Madison Anderson, 5 from Kinley Suffolk, 4 points for Kaylee Nielsen, 4 points for Katie Coca, and 2 from Georgia Zahn, and a couple of free throws, 1 from Ryland Johnson and 1 from Guttigoven for their total of 39, 18 in the first half and 21 in the second half. For Devils Lake, Tyler Brodina had 16 points in the first half. That was team leading. 9 from Jolie Martinson, 7 from Ava Heck, 7 points from Presley Brown, 5 points for Carly Scansum, 4 points for Kendra Eckes, 3 points from Brinley Gregory, 2 from Maya Ellsberger, and that is their total of 53, 31 in the first half and 22 in the second half. So your final score in this one, it is 53-39, Valley City falling here to Devils Lake in this C Squad game. Varsity game coming up right on time, 7:15 tip, and we'll be back here in about 10-15 minutes with the start of this one. A big game for the Highlanders in the standings in the varsity game. That's coming up, Valley City and Devils Lake. Again, tip-off time right on time at 7:15. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.